So if I want to be the next Dangote of Africa, what advice would you give me? What do I need to do to become you?
That's a very, very tough one. Not at all. I've never really even thought of making it to the Pops list. That is to start with. But, I'm really grateful to God that I'm there. But, it is also tough to be there. When you are there, then you really, really have to make sure that you don't get thrown out of the list.
What would you say the key secrets is?
Hard work. I believe that, we're a very focused company. We don't really go into things that we don't understand. Any business that I don't understand it well, I don't do it at all. And that's really why we're successful.
Rumors out there that you work very long hours during the day. So how do you balance both your professional life and your personal life?
To start with, I don't really work 12 hours a day. I think I work at least 18 hours a day.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes. I do.
Okay.
I do. I mean, on weekends, I don't work at all.
I'm wondering if you can run through some of the key factors that make Africa one of the best places to succeed in business, and maybe some of the things that make it also the hardest place to succeed in business.
Well, Africa, the thing is that most of what you hear about Africa, some of them are actually just hearsay. It's just perception of people that some of them, they are too lazy to find out whether Africa is really good or bad. They must have heard from somebody saying that, look, Africa is not a good place to do business, it's tough. But things have actually changed, and we're the only continent that's really been growing at about 5% of GDP. So the area where you need to go in and invest and make money definitely is, Africa.
So coming from where you were as a young man starting off business and seeing the youth of today, what do you think is the difference between when you started out then and where we as young people are now?
Well, the problem with some of our younger generation today, they just want to jump and see themselves up there, overnight. It doesn't really happen. What you need to do is to be very, very focused as a person and be dedicated to whatever that you are doing. It's not really good for you to now go and try something, then after a month you just say, no, it doesn't work. You jump into something else. I think you need to be very, very focused in what you are doing. Once you believe in what you are doing, you should not take your either business or job as something that you must do. Okay, you must take it as it's part of your hobby. If it's part of your hobby, then you do it better.
This news that Dangote has monopoly over everything and there's no competition, which is not healthy for the country. What's your opinion on that?
Well, you see, the problem there is not the question that Dangote has monopoly. Dangote does not really have any monopoly. The difference is that we are a company that actually believe in Nigeria. And because we believe in Nigeria, we always go out there and invest heavily, whereas other people are watching. But as soon as now it gets to a certain point, then people will start screaming, talking about monopoly. There's nothing like monopoly, because there's nothing that we do that we're the only ones doing that product, be it cement, be it flour, be it anything. And the laws are the same. Government will always bring regulations that will affect either Dangote or it will affect any other competitor of Dangote. So there's no difference at all. It's not the question that, no, yes, it is a monopoly. It looks like monopoly because people are not investing. If you don't invest, you will not be forced to participate. But if you invest, then yes, it means that, yes, it's a fair playing ground where if you decide today as a Chinese company to come into what you are doing, we don't have any powers to stop you. So there's no monopoly at all. But it's just the sheer size of the company that people believe that, yes, it is a monopoly. Once you hear them go to say, nobody really gets into that kind of business. But it's not so. There's nothing like that at all.
So if I want to be the next Dangote of Africa, what advice would you give me? What do I need to do to become you?
That's a very, very tough one. Maybe I might have to charge you. I mean, to be serious, if you want to be the next Dangote, is that you have to have a very big heart. You have to take quite a lot of risk, calculated risk. First of all, you have to make sure that you're honest. You must make sure that you don't destroy the name, because your name is very important. That's the most valuable asset that you have going forward. Because if you don't have a good name, even the banks, doesn't matter how big you are, they're not going to touch you at all. So you must make sure that you have a very, very good name. And number 3, you have to make sure that you say that, look, nothing is impossible. Once you say that, yes, nothing is impossible, it means that you can actually achieve that target. Dangote, you need a bit of luck, but hard work is key.